This video is sponsored by Elite Business Translation, an accredited translation agency in Qatar.
Hi, my name is Gene, and this is the Business Reviewer channel. For more than 10 years, Qatar has been investing in the construction sector in terms of transportation infrastructure in the state's ports and highways, train stations, and finally and most importantly, the developments ahead of the World Cup. Qatar's biggest demonstration of this is when it began preparing for the World Cup 11 years before the event. From 2011, Qatar worked to increase the proportion of the construction sector's workforce, increasing the population by 67%. In 2012, Qatar has spent $250 billion on infrastructure projects, which led to 15% growth in the industry. In the same year, the real estate sector sales reached 29 billion riyals, confirming the demand that existed. The sector was expected to grow by another 15% annually in the next 5 years after 2012. At the construction boom's height in 2016, Qatar also spent 18% of its GDP on infrastructure investments, boosting its resources to support the preparations for the World Cup. This is a huge amount compared to what was spent on preparing for previous World Cups in other countries. One of the most important strategic projects the construction sector worked on is the expansion of transportation infrastructure, specifically on Hamad International Airport, Hamad Port, the rail projects, and road infrastructure development. The investment on roads by itself were worth more than $3 billion. These were also planned from the beginning to support Qatar in hosting the World Cup. Despite the emergence of the coronavirus pandemic, it did not stand in the way of Qatar's aspirations. In 2019, the construction sector was still worth about 43.95 billion, and in 2020, the sector continued to prosper as projects continued to progress. Lastly, supporting the Qatar National Vision 2030 was the construction sector's main goal, as Qatar wants to diversify away from oil and gas, and construction has been the means to support this vision. For instance, its establishment of 8 world-class stadiums to accommodate a large audience of up to 420,000 spectators had an estimated cost of between $7 to $10 billion. This opened opportunities for local and international companies to invest and work on building them. Tourism and real estate development also support their vision to become a tourist hub and the expected 6 million tourists annually, providing a continuous stream of income even after the World Cup. The developed infrastructure will also support Qatar in its bids for global sporting events like the 2036 Olympics and the 2030 Asian Games. Overall, the increase in the workforce, Qatar's investment in transportation infrastructure, and the emphasis on the construction sector's importance to reach the Qatar National Vision 2030 ensures potential returns not only for the country but also for investors interested in the construction sector in Qatar. The sector shall continue to flourish after the World Cup as the state continues to build towards their vision of the future, away from oil and gas.